So we're here in the Ghost Hunt Alberta office. It's Bonnie and Charlie. And we're going to try to get some communication going with the spirit that's attached to these booties. Now these booties we got given to us from a lady in Bassano who found them walled up in her home. And it was customary, especially in the late 1800s, if a child died, to keep a piece of them in the house, or anybody died actually for that matter. They'd wall up, shoes or clothing or personal items in the house to try to keep that spirit nearby. Anyways, this family was renovating and found these booties in the wall and got freaked out and decided they didn't want them, and they ended up with me. And since we've had them, we've had some activity around them. We've so far learned that it is most likely a 5-year-old male, and his name may be Jacob William Edwards. And we have found a gravesite for him in that area to verify that. So we're in the office tonight, and we're going to be doing some investigating with the booties. There's Charlie. There's Bonnie. And we've also got behind Charlie there, you can see, this is my cabinet full of haunted items. And the items are in the cabinet for a reason. The cabinet does dampen activity. So hopefully they won't all jump in. But we have put some EMF detectors in there just in case any of the spirits that are in the cabinet decide to join in and start being active. Oh. Right off the bat we got. Now that meter was going off a little bit where we're setting up as well when we were talking about the little boy. So hello. Is this the little boy that's attached to the booties? Is this Jacob? Don't be afraid, sweetie. I know it's been a while since we've talked. You remember Charlie? Hello?
It was 1.8.
Can you maybe touch one of the other lights that's on the bed? Let us know that you understand our words. Just like that one. Okay, just to confirm that you're listening to me, is this Jacob? Can light it up for yes. Thank you, Jacob. Are you 5 years old? Awesome. Do you want to talk to us today? I know it's hard. The number started going up there, but you can use
Fluttering since we started.
Yeah. You can use energy out of any of the other devices in the room. Are you still there, Jacob? So maybe you don't want to talk to us today? If you don't want to talk to us, can you light up the meter right now? So I'm taking that to mean you do want to talk to us. You've confused me, Jacob. Okay, one more time, just to be 100% sure. Do you want to talk to us today? If it's yes, can you make that turn red? I don't know what that steady knocking is behind you. It's coming from the dresser. We were moving around it, and there's like candles in there, so there might be something just rolling.
Mm-hmm. Keep an eye on that.
Okay, so you're ready to talk to us. Now I know we've used the Echo Vox with you before. Do you remember it? No, that's a cat at the door. Do you want us to let the kitties in? If you want me to let the kitty in, can you light it up to red? Okay, one more time just so I'm sure, because they're going to be very disruptive. Do you want the kitties inside the room?
So like go all the way up to 0.9
Yeah.
and then hover there.
So they're having a hard time with it. I want to, just for argument's sake, I'm going to put this one there as well. I'm going to move these closer just to see. So I know in the past that he's reacted well to the kitties, so I'm going to see who it is, depending on which kitty it is.
Sounds like Mom.
Oh, it's Mo and Dean. Come on, babies.
Hey, buddies.
You can come in. Yeah, I won't close it all the way, Dean. It's okay. Now, we find sometimes that animal presence can help, especially when we're dealing with child spirits, and it does seem to be reacting to the kitties being in the room. Do you like the kitties, Jacob?
No.
No, he wants to get up in the window. Do you want to pet the kitties? Sometimes I can sense him when things are going off, and other times I don't.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, I feel something in the room, but I don't know for sure.
Well, we did experience something that was with him last time.
Yeah, we did.
Like at the Emporium,
Yeah.
Something that was talking for him.
Yeah.
But
But
so whether or not that stayed at the Emporium or whether it came with
we
him,
kind of assumed that it was a spirit from the Emporium, since there's so many there. And now it's at 0, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, called your attention to it. I went to 1 briefly. Because, I don't want to start the echo box unless we know he's here, right? Mm-hmm. And we were getting communication. Okay, well, all activity has stopped around the booties. So we're going to put them away and we're going to focus on another object. And we might go back to them, or we might try again with them in another session. So now what we have is 2 juggling pins that we got from the Rustic Emporium in Bassano. And we don't really have a lot of history for these. All we know is that the shop owner, once she got them in, they kind of felt weird to her. And I think part of that is just that they're juggling pins and there's only 2 of them, which is weird. Because juggling 2 pins is just not juggling. Anyways, the first time that we were in the company of these pins, Charlotte and I both felt a presence, and we had a lot of activity that night. The shop owner ended up sending them home with me, and the night that I brought them home, I just kind of threw them on top of a cooler that was at the top of my stairs, and all my equipment, and went to bed, because I was tired. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning, and when I got up the next day, they were on the floor. And none of my equipment that was also on this cooler had moved. And the cooler had a lip, so it wasn't like they rolled off of it. They would have had to have been knocked over. And they make a lot of noise if they hit the ground. So, anyways, then I moved them downstairs into my office. And immediately after that, we started having weird things happening here in the basement. My home office is in the basement. Right next door to this room is a bathroom. And that bathroom door would close and latch on its own and open on its own, as well as the light in the bathroom was going off and on its own. Because of this, my husband said, they're not cool. So I've since kept the juggling pins in the haunted items cabinet. This will be the first time that we've actually actively tried to communicate with whatever's attached to these. The reason why we haven't really worked with them so far is that everybody that is even slightly sensitive that's come into contact with these pins feels something negative. So we know that we're taking a risk by starting communication. Anyways, here we go. We have it set up with a whole bunch of equipment. Is there anybody here with us attached to these items? Can you come forward and say hello? We'd really like to talk to you, hear your story. If you touch any of the lights that are on the bed, they'll change. And let us know that you're here. Can you do that for me now? Nothing. And that's the thing with these. Some days, there's nothing to these. And then there's other times I'll come down here, and even though they're in the cabinet, they'll creep me right out.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know if it's here all the time. I kind of like the theory that, like we have, that maybe the third
The missing
pin.
one? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they're not haunted, but they're connected to that third one that is.
Whoever has that third one.
Yeah.
Or the third one's buried somewhere because it was the murder weapon.
Maybe it's buried. Yeah, maybe it's buried with someone.
Yeah.
Could be.
And so it's a residual
maybe it was a
energy.
memento
Yeah.
that was buried with someone, like, respectfully. That could be
It could even be that, and it could be residual energy that we're sensing around the
Yeah.
pins. But it definitely, I don't know, everybody who's been around them
Yeah.
kind of gets kind of a
Yeah.
icky feeling. This is your chance. You're just going to get put back in the cabinet. I don't know if you guys have a party in there or...
You have, like, Toy Story, but Halloween edition.
Uh-huh. Okay, so is there anybody here in the room with us? Anybody at all? Attach the pins or not? Yes. Okay, so now we've pulled out the shoes and we've added them to the bed here with the juggling pins. Because they both came out of, well, not really, but they came out of the same area. They both were in the Bassano area, but they both kind of stayed together in the Rustic Emporium for a few weeks before we took them.
Mm-hmm.
So, just to see if that makes a difference.
Yeah, the shoes came out of a local residence, and the pins were just left at the Emporium.
Yeah, somebody just left them there.
Them.
Yeah. So if there's anybody here with us, again, I'm going to ask one more time. Can you come up and touch any of the green lights on the bed?
Sorry.
And say bless you to Charlotte? Any of the green lights. So turn red and it will beep. Let us know that you're here.
Here's it again, though. Not me. Nothing.
Nothing. Seeing that meter now is doing nothing.
No,
so
nothing.
that kind of validates what was happening earlier, if nothing else. Okay, is there anybody here with us? Anyone at all? You come forward and say hello. They're ringing in my ears out of nowhere, but that could be anything. If you touch either one of the green lights in there, they'll turn red and beep. Can you turn it off? Can you turn it off, maybe? Could you say that again? Didn't quite make it out. Did you want us to turn it off? Wouldn't be surprised. It's usually quiet down here, right? This is your chance to talk to me. Okay, we're going to give this just 2 more minutes. It's your last chance to talk to us.
want to introduce yourself? Can you tell us your name? You know our name?
It might have been Charlotte at the end there. For a second there, but.
Yeah, no, we definitely got this.
Is there somebody here now? Your time's almost up. I'm listening. Okay, I said 2 more minutes. It's been 2 more minutes. Last chance. So we didn't have a whole lot of activity with our first haunted object investigation, but that's normal. Honestly, the stuff that's in our cabinet, we don't investigate on a regular basis. I work with it sometimes psychically to try to get these things to cross over and to be quiet. So this is unusual. Hopefully in the future we will get a little bit more activity. If you have any haunted objects or things in your home that you think might have a spirit attached to them, feel free to send me a text at 403-680. Hold on. Don't laugh at me.
Oh, it's got lots to say now.
Okay, turn that off. Okay, I'll go back. If you have a haunted object or an object that you think has a spirit attached to it and you would like us to investigate it, you can send me a text at 403-680-2089, or you can send us an email, ghosthunt@shaw.ca, and we can make arrangements for you to drop it off, and we will add it to our monthly object investigation, and then we'll return it to you when we're done. Or if you want us to keep it and you want it out of your house, it'll have a safe home with me or one of the other team members. Anyway, thank you for joining us. I hope you were entertained as much as we were. And stay home and stay healthy.